Good morning, everyone. My name is Larry Flowers. I'm the Public Safety Information Director for the City of Murfreesboro. I'd like to thank each and one of you for coming today. Please keep in mind there are aspects of this investigation that we're not going to be able to talk about since these cases are still pending prosecution. Let me first begin by saying it's a great day for the City of Murfreesboro as well as several communities throughout the Middle Tennessee area, with the indictments of 33 individuals for drug trafficking, gang activity, as well as firearms, and at least 3 of them are charged with second-degree murder. As of now, 27 of the 33 have been taken off the streets of Murfreesboro. This sends a strong message to those who may be involved in organized crime that there is no place for this in our communities. Criminal networks will be dismantled with the help of cooperative efforts from law enforcement agencies, as you see here today, and as well as those who could not attend. The removal of these dangerous criminals off the streets of Murfreesboro and the streets of Middle Tennessee area, it always makes it safer for both families, for businesses, and even for our future generations. It's important to note that 15 pounds of fentanyl was taken and seized as part of this investigation. That's enough to kill potentially 3 million people. Just put that in context. So the ATF, as well as other organizations, all participated and assisted with us. I'll give a brief synopsis of actually what happened. A nearly 2-year investigation began here in Murfreesboro, involving illegal drugs, gang activity, as well as firearms that resulted in 33 people. These individuals that you see behind me, following a 2023 overdose death right here in the city of Murfreesboro. Detectives with the Murfreesboro Police Department Criminal Investigation Division, Special Investigations Section, as well as agents from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, they launched an investigation that began in November of 2023. Where an individual died here in our city from an overdose. Detectives from Metro Nashville Police Department also play a major role in this operation. In early 2024, investigators identified multiple suspects. They were connected to overdose deaths. Officers executed residential search warrants, multiple of them, in Murfreesboro, in Smyrna, Laverne, in Nashville, and other areas, confiscating a large quantity of fentanyls, including both pills as well as powder. As the investigation expanded, authorities uncovered a network of high-level fentanyl distribution operation out of Nashville and supplying Murfreesboro and other communities with these deadly drugs. By late 2024, investigators identified known gang members that were involved in drug trafficking. In early 2025, investigators intercepted plans by members to commit a first-degree murder. Metro Nashville Police played a critical role. Once we contacted them about this operation, they came out and they assisted, and we took those criminals off the streets, preventing a potential homicide. Further investigation revealed a cartel involvement with individuals that were arrested here in Murfreesboro that attempted to deliver a large quantity of fentanyl to the Middle Tennessee area, as well as we discovered a big fentanyl lab in Nashville and seized additional narcotics. And I think we'll have a screen up here. The things that were seized during this operation was 15 pounds of fentanyl, both powder as well as pills, 2.5 pounds of methamphetamine, 2.1 pounds of heroin, 2 pounds of cocaine, 61 firearms, including automatic weapons and guns linked to homicides. There were body armor and suppressors, 15 vehicles, at least 3 of those vehicles were stolen, $175,000 in U.S. currency, 17 residential search warrants, and evidence linked to 2 overdose deaths. Now we're going to show you, we're going to hand out later a list of each one of those people who were arrested so far. Again, 27 have been arrested, 33 total. And so there are outstanding warrants for those 6 remaining ones. It's important to note here in the city of Murfreesboro, we saw a decrease in overdose deaths last year. Since 2020, we've had an average of 51 overdose deaths a year. Last year, we saw a reduction, 38% in reported overdoses, 29% in the reduction of overdose deaths. That's due to the hard work of our men and our women that works in our Special Investigation Division, as well as a collaborative effort from these agencies that are represented today. To put that in context, that's more. We see more overdoses here in the city of Murfreesboro than we see suicides, homicides, and vehicle fatalities all combined. To put that in perspective. Now, speaking today, we're going to go in this particular order. Daryl Richardson, he's the Assistant Director for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Lieutenant Matthew Bogowski, he's with the Metro Nashville Police Department Specialized Investigation Division. Nick Supio, I'm sorry, I mispronounced your name. Supios. He's with the Tactical Diversion Squad Group Supervisor with the DEA. And Chief Jason Irvin with the Murfreesboro Police. And we'll go in that particular order.
Richardson, and I, Assistant Director over TBI's Drug Investigation Division. I want to start by extending my heartfelt appreciation to dedicated law enforcement agencies you see here today. Their relentless efforts, teamwork, and unwavering commitment to public safety have been crucial in this operation. Today is a testament to the power of collaboration when it comes to protecting our communities. And when we unite, we succeed. This investigation is proof yet again that there are individuals right here in our state who are trafficking in deadly drugs, firearms, and have absolutely no regard for human life. But let me make this crystal clear. We are not backing down. We are using every tool at our disposal, and we are going to do everything it takes to stop these dangerous criminals. There are countless drug investigations at this stage you likely never hear of, and that's because we don't stop at just one arrest, and that's where we start. One lead connects to another, and that's how we continue to dismantle these criminal networks piece by piece. And that's exactly what's happened here. This investigation began 2 years ago following a series of tragic overdoses right here in Middle Tennessee. We knew that one overdose was one too many, and we weren't just going to sit back. We didn't stop at targeting the street-level drug dealers. We went after the entire drug trafficking organizations fueling the chaos. And today, we're here to announce the significant progress that we've made. I can say with complete confidence that thanks to the relentless efforts by the investigators involved in this operation, lives have been saved and our streets are safer. But let me also say this. This will not be the last time you hear from us. We will continue to deliver because, once again, this isn't the end of the line. It's our starting point. We're going to keep pressing forward, protecting the innocent and holding the guilty accountable. That's our promise to you, and we will not rest. Not here, not now.
I'm Lieutenant Matthew Bogowski with the Nashville Police Department's Specialized Investigations Division. I'm here today representing Chief Drake and my colleagues who've been a part of this investigation since 2023. I can't emphasize enough the magnitude and importance of the investigation we are announcing today. I assure you lives have been saved in Nashville, Rutherford County, and the entire region. The individuals under indictment were part of a drug trafficking organization that distributed large quantities of deadly fentanyl onto the streets of our communities, and as a result, we believe several persons in our state overdosed and died. Our investigation found that violence was perfectly acceptable to certain members of the group to protect their drug interest and the money that flowed from it. In fact, in March of this year, during a critical point of the investigation, we received information concerning a planned homicide that was about to take place. Based on the intelligence information, we were able to stop a vehicle containing Adris Bumpus, who we allege was an enforcer for the group, and arrest him on gun and evading charges. We took 4 firearms from him on March 12th. At the time, Bumpus was a convicted heroin felon who was serving a 12-year community correction sentence out of Woodbury, Tennessee. He was also on bond out of Nashville in regard to a September 2024 arrest for attempted first-degree murder, unlawful gun possession, and felony theft. You may not be surprised that Bumpus posted bond again on March 13th. At that point, enough was enough, and the United States Attorney's Office, through our Bond Watch partnership, filed a federal criminal complaint against Bumpus, and he was taken into federal custody on March 14th, where he remains today. I would like to end my remarks by saying this. Law enforcement knows full well the heartache and devastation to families and communities that drug trafficking networks bring. We are committed to doing everything we can to make a difference, and we no doubt did that here, noting the seizure of 15 pounds of fentanyl powder and pills, 61 guns, many of which were stolen or equipped with switches that make them fully automatic, the seizure of a large sum of cash, and the indictment of 33 persons. This investigation lasted more than 2 years and was not in the public eye, but I appreciate the confidence our communities have in us to make a difference as we work methodically to disrupt and prevent drug trafficking with the ultimate goal of saving lives. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Nicholas Supios. I'm with the DEA. I'm here to represent the Nashville District Office and Assistant Special Agent in Charge Matthew Daly, who could not be here today. I'll keep it brief. DEA just wants to reaffirm the fact that we are committed to assisting our law enforcement partners, federal, state, and local level. When you see a case like this, it's a tremendous effort, and the results, sort of speak for themselves. It was a great case, especially when you look at the fatal drug overdoses, the gun violence, primarily fentanyl being the cause of a lot of these drug overdoses. They say approximately 2 milligrams is considered a lethal dose of fentanyl, just to put it in perspective of exactly how dangerous it is. So DEA, again, is going to be around to assist all these investigations whenever and however we can, and hopefully we have more results like this in the future. Thank you.
I'm Jason Irvin. I'm the Chief of Police for the Murfreesboro Police Department. I want to say I'm very proud of our participation and involvement in this case. These cases, having worked investigations many years, are very painstaking and integral. It takes a lot of work, and I think a lot of people that are not in police work don't understand how deep and how involved these cases get, and the time it takes, the hours that people have to take away from their family, the danger they put themselves in for working these cases and being involved in these investigations. And I think it's important to understand that all that is done, people sacrifice and make those sacrifices in order to keep our community safe and to save lives. And I think it's really important that we continue to collaborate and work together. As someone mentioned earlier, we're stronger together. And when we work together, we're able to solve a lot of these cases, put the pieces together, and do a lot of good for our community. Thank you.
And again, we want to thank all of our partners who participated: Metro Nashville Police Department, the DEA, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, who's represented on the end, Smyrna Police, the Tennessee Highway Patrol, the Burn Police, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office, and the 18th Judicial District Drug Task Force. Again, there are certain aspects of these cases that we can't discuss, but we will take a few questions.
Hi there, Lexi Wilson with News 2. You said this investigation started after an overdose death in 2023. Can you give any details on that? And what does this outcome mean to that family and those who have lost a loved one to fentanyl?
Sure. You have to understand right now, those families are still dealing with the loss of a loved one. We're going to keep their information private. Just know that all of our officers and all of these partnering agencies did whatever they could to bring justice for those families with these arrests.
What goes into an investigation like this? It seems like it's a lot of hard work, and 33 indicted, you don't really see that very often.
2 long years of hard work, sweat and tears. These detectives, these officers, putting their lives on the line. They're at risk, going after these hardened criminals. As we mentioned, gang activity, drug trafficking, firearms. It takes a lot to conclude an investigation like this. And we're just happy it resulted in 33 indictments, 27 of those already in custody.
Out of those 33 indictments, do you expect perhaps more charges for other folks? because of this investigation?
The investigation is ongoing. It's continuing. So what the future holds, we will see once we get to that situation. What's important is that 33 hardened criminals have been taken off the streets of Murfreesboro, Nashville, Smyrna, Laverne, and other cities within Middle Tennessee.
Larry, what's your message to others who participate in similar activities? Are you hoping that this announcement, these arrests, are a deterrent for others who want to engage in this type of
Sure.
activity?
We do want to send that clear and that concise, that strong message that organized crime has no place in our community. And we just encourage anyone else who's thinking about, committing such crime to think again. Because as you see, collaborative effort from law enforcement agencies on the local, the state, and the federal level, they're going to come after you.
The fentanyl, was it all manufactured in Nashville? Where did it come from? Just what can you tell us?
As I mentioned earlier, we did dismantle a fentanyl distribution point in Nashville, and in terms of if that was the only one, that is part of the investigation.
You mentioned all of the areas where they were kind of working in, but would you say that it was primarily impacting Nashville, or was it equally distributed?
As you know, fentanyl, this deadly drug, it has literally no name attached. It doesn't have just Nashville. It doesn't have Murfreesboro. It doesn't have just Smyrna, Rutherford County, Laverne. It impacts us all. And we're just happy that 33 people are off the streets of our cities today.
You said 15 pounds seized, enough to kill 3 million people. What does that mean to your department, and is our community so much safer now?
Sure. It's not just our community, it's communities throughout Middle Tennessee. 3 million people. As you think about it, that makes up pretty much Middle Tennessee, a little less than 3 million people. So what I'm saying is, this is a good day. A good day for our area that all of these drugs were taken off the streets.
Larry, can you point to us and tell us which ones are charged with murder, second-degree murder?
Sure. And I will be releasing all of that information. The 3 charged with murder, second-degree murder. We have the 2 Dentons. Where are they? Okay, Keith and Michael Denton. And then there's one more. Let's see. I got my paper here. Do you recall which one? Elliot. Okay, and that should be 2 T's, guys. So Elliot. So those 3 were charged, and those second-degree murder charges come from the 2 overdose deaths that we had here in our city.
How does it feel knowing that you potentially saved so many lives?
That's the message we need to send. We potentially saved more than 3 million lives by taking this deadly fentanyl off the streets of Murfreesboro. And it's just a testament of the hard work of these men and women who worked undercover, who worked day and night to bring this case to a conclusion.
You spoke a lot about collaboration. What exactly goes into an investigation like this?
Literally, you have tons of men and women that are working, again, hardworking, around the clock, undercover investigation, putting their lives at risk. We got undercover agents in this room right now. That's why I asked not to turn your camera around, that did so much to help indict these 33 people. And again, we're just thankful that our streets are safer, our families are safer, and our future generation is safer.
Announcements like today are rare. What would be your message to the police officers who kind of made this all possible?
Sure. Again, you have to take your hat off to each and every agency. I've named them all, and I'm telling you, if they're not here today, they wanted to be here. Each one of these agencies deserve credit, because just that collaborative effort with them coming together, again, day and night, daily for 2 years. Just keep that in mind, 2 years. It took 2 long years to bring this case to a conclusion. Well, anybody thinking about doing drugs or committing these heinous crimes in our community, accountability is key. You have to be accountable for your action, and believe you, these agencies are going to come after you next.
You mentioned Cartel. Can you elaborate more on that and what that bigger picture is?
Sure. Well, that's part of the ongoing investigation, exactly what Cartel was involved. In terms of what gangs were involved, that will come out in court. But it had a connection to a cartel as well as known U.S. gang members.
You mean like an international cartel?
What I can tell you is a Mexican gang, not going to name which gang it was, but we had connections to a Mexican cartel as well as U.S. gangs.
Out of the 33, do you know how many were or are citizens?
I don't have that information in front of me, but that's something we can look into and maybe get back with you later.
Do all of them reside in Nashville, or were these warrants executed?
The warrants were executed not only in Nashville, in Murfreesboro, in Smyrna, in Laverne, throughout Rutherford County and other parts of Middle Tennessee area, including Robertson County.
Do any of the arrests have anything to do or tied with the recent arrest in Warren County?
I don't have that information in front of me, Scott, so I can't intelligently answer that question. But really appreciate everybody for coming.